Welcome to this special edition of the Ultimate Combat Experience. I'm Mike Stidham, joined, as always, the big man in the big blue shirt, Salvador Sanchez. That is a big shirt, Sal.
It is very blue.
And big. All right, well, it's the championship finals here for the light heavyweight championship. We're going to be giving away the belt tonight to either John Kafer or Hank Weiss. And when I say give it away, that's kind of a bad term because these guys have certainly earned their way into the finals against a very tough field of competition.
Mikey, I couldn't think of a better season finale. We got Hank the Vice, we got Hatch, we got Sawyer, we got Kelton. I mean, it's an all-star lineup tonight, Mikey.
It really, really is. Strap yourselves in for a great show. It's the Ultimate Combat Experience Championship Night coming right at you. As part of our light heavyweight championship night, we've got to bring back some of the guys that were in the brackets. They didn't quite make it to the championship. One of those guys is Aaron Sawyer, going to do a kickboxing match against a guy you know a little bit about, Erik Wallen. What do you know about this guy?
Erik Wallen, he's a striker, he's a karate guy, and you know, I think Sawyer might be a little out of his element tonight, Mike.
You know, I tell you what, taking away that brute strength that Aaron Sawyer has, going to go just toe-to-toe with this kid. Should be a lot of fun. Light heavyweight kickboxing, check it out. It's not often we get to see kickboxing in the show anymore. We haven't seen any of this for quite some time, but, you know, Aaron Sawyer's trying to make his way back into the fold, and he feels like, you know, the only thing that I have that's suspect is my chin, and Erik Wallen says, you know, I'll be happy to test that for you.
Hey, talk about jumping right from the pan into the fire with Sawyer, Mike.
Yeah, you know, 6 foot tall, 215, but this is no real newcomer. He's a newcomer to our cage, but he owns his own martial arts studio, so, you know, he's been around a little bit. I'm sure this ain't the first time he's going to have been punched in his face.
Oh, no, and you know, Destroyer, I mean, is this his first kickboxing match?
Yeah, it is. He's 6 foot tall also and weighs 215 pounds. You know, Aaron Sawyer, he's just one of those rough and tumble kind of kids, man. He just wants to get in and fight sometimes just for the heck of it.
He is. He's just a strong and tough individual. His personality all the way down to his fighting in the ring.
That's what I always tell him, man. When you meet your opponent, don't talk to him. You'll scare him.
Yeah, they might not show up for the fight.
Yeah, Erik Wallen showed up, though, a touch of the gloves, and here we go. Nice leg kick to get things started.
And Waller is starting it off with some of, you know, his karate, trying to keep Aaron in his environment.
I'll tell you what, though, he just got his chin tested. Aaron Sawyer threw a pretty nice right hook to the chin and didn't even seem to phase Erik Wallen.
I tell you what, sometimes I see Sawyer in the gym, Mike, and you catch him in there and he's working out and he's just busting people up, and then he gets in the ring and he doesn't let his hands go enough. I'd like to see him use his hands a little bit more in this fight.
Well, that's kind of the purpose of this test, if you will, getting into the kickboxing realm here. He wants to test his hands. He wants to try to make himself use his hands, because I think he realizes your diagnosis is pretty accurate. He doesn't do in the cage what he does in the gym.
Yes, and this will certainly be a test for him.
Another nice leg kick a moment ago by Erik Wallen, and he's really starting to find his range on those. If you'd follow him up, I think he'd have some success, but I think so far he's just kind of coming out and feeling, testing the water.
Yeah, he might be trying to wear Aaron down a little bit with those leg kicks. I've seen strategies like that in the past, but
well, that is another thing that's a bit suspect with Aaron, is he does get his conditioning, you know, and people don't realize standing up, there's no time to rest. In MMA, you take something down, you can take a little bit of a breather. You can't do that in a kickboxing match.
Oh yeah, kickboxing, that's a whole new world.
Once again, pretty good back and forth action with these two guys. Erik Wallen seems to be intent on just laying that leg kick in there, and I really, as I said, he just took a big shot and a big knee. Good stuff there by Aaron Sawyer.
Oh man, Aaron keeps this up. He can have this over in round one. Come on, Aaron, let's see what you can do here.
Well, I tell you what, you know, again, look at Erik Wallen. He doesn't seem phased. He looks a little tired, but I don't think that knee seemed to really phase him. He might have just took a shot to the ding-ding right there.
Yeah, I might have been a little bit more impressed than it really was worth, because this Waller, he's real calm. He's real calculative. This isn't his first rodeo by any means.
No, he's a pretty tough kid. You can tell he's fought before. Good stuff. Round number 1 just about in the books here, and we're going to finish with a nice flurry to finish things off here. Not quite enough, I don't think. Well, see now, he started pounding the back of the head. That's illegal. I don't think Dave Sawyer said anything to him about it. You know, this is the MMA in him kind of coming out. You get into a mix and you want to start engaging like that. Well, let's see if maybe they go back to the corners and change things up just a little bit. Round 2 when we come back. Welcome back to the Ultimate Combat Experience. If you're just joining us, you missed round number 1 of 3 in a kickboxing match between Erik the Mauler Waller and Aaron the Destroyer Sawyer.
Destroyer is a destroyer, Mike. He's getting real aggressive in that first round. If he could just keep up the pressure, I mean, that's the kind of stuff that impresses judges.
Yeah, no, absolutely. He finished the round with a big flurry, and that's always a great way to finish a round. Now you see Waller being a little more active with his feet, but again, I would like to see him follow with his hands. That was just a slip right there. I think he stepped on that decal, and it might be a little wet or something because that didn't look like a knockdown to me. It looked like a slip.
Yeah, it looked like he hit him with the tip of his toe on that one.
And strangely enough, Dave Sawyer and I agree on something.
Really?
Apparently he thought it was a slip too. All right, bit of a measured pace here now between the two. And, you know, again, they've had some big bursts of energy, but, you know, that'll wear you out pretty quick.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know what these guys are doing. Are they both looking for the one-punch knockout? I mean, is there a little bit too much respect between these guys?
I'm seeing respect with Waller kind of leaning back there, you know, kind of trying to stay away from Aaron Sawyer. But Sawyer, you see when his mouth gets open like that, that tells me he's tired.
Oh, yeah, the conditioning most definitely is going to be a factor in this one. And see, this is right here what I was talking about, Mike. Sawyer with these flurries. Oh,
man. This looked like he was teeing up a football ready to kick it.
See, Waller needs to capitalize on misses like that.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, there are some things you can see both sides here that really need a little bit of improvement, but for the most part, for big guys, it's been a pretty active bout, and Waller just needs to put things together.
Yeah, you know, and you could tell he's well within his means to do so.
He's got this, you know, you see him throwing the stuff, he's got the tools. But, you know, hey, there's a lot to be said, too, about the fact that this is your first time under the lights, first time with the cameras. You know, I mean, maybe that has something to do with it. Oh, man, he's got a great chin.
He does. I tell you what.
I've seen Sawyer knock people out with punches like that.
10 seconds left. See, Waller needs to do something, put some points on the board up here. But I tell you what, I got a newfound respect for Waller because he's just taking some punches, taking some knees.
I'm telling you, I saw Sawyer put Chrisman to sleep out in Wendover when he got lippy one night.
Oh, man.
With a punch just like that.
I'm going to buy Aaron a drink just for that one.
All right, well, man, 2 rounds in the books. You have to believe Aaron Sawyer's ahead on the scorecards. He's come out, and it's kind of been a measured pace, but, you know, he's really seems to win all the clashes. Whenever they get a good flurry going, Aaron seems to get the better of it.
Yeah, and he seems to steal the round at the end. I wouldn't go so far as to say steal, but, I mean, he takes the round there at the end, and it's real flashy, like I said, and the judges love it. I mean, I love it.
Yeah, well, no, that was a nice
was that a check?
Yeah, you can see the blood coming out of the shin of Erik Wallen, man. He got checked just at the right time. I've never seen Aaron check a kick before.
I didn't know he was capable of checking kicks.
I did not either, but Erik Wallen knows he is now.
I know he's checked some chicks.
Yeah,
but
well,
I don't know kicks.
They continue to try to throw that right kick, or that right foot, even though, man, it looks like it's dinged up pretty good.
He's still in it to win it, though, Mikey. That's one thing. He keeps firing back.
Well, he's getting tired. Now, there you go, man. I'm glad to see that.
Yeah, that's the stuff
I kind of thought he was setting that turn kick up, but yeah, you gotta throw that with Aaron Sawyer against the cage, where you can't just kind of step out of the way of it.
Aaron coming with some kicks of his own. Oh, man, I think that shin might be a factor right about now.
It's definitely a factor. There's no doubt about it. I saw it when that thing landed. It just wasn't pretty. I'm not sure. Was this a groin kick here? Is that what happened?
I believe so. Are they gonna?
Well, looks like it.
Oh, they're starting him back up. I guess it was. I tell you what, Waller's a warrior, Mike. Aaron's like one of my all-time favorite fighters, and you know I'm out here always rooting for him and stuff. But you know, the Mauler's really. Oh my gosh, he's just taking shots and he's eating them.
Big right hand there. You're right. I can't say enough about this Mauler kid, man. He's coming out and taking everything Aaron Sawyer can throw at him, and
he has taken everything. And Aaron's no slouch. Aaron's hit this guy with knees, hooks, uppercuts. Mauler's chewing him up and spitting him out.
Yeah, well, it might not be such a good idea to chew up a knee and spit it back out.
Man, leg kick.
I like those kicks, man. I would really like to see him set them up a little bit better.
Maybe commit to him a little bit more.
Well, yeah, and set him up. Throw those kicks when he has Aaron Sawyer pressed against the cage, not in the middle of the ring, because all Aaron has to do is take that little baby step back and get out of the way of it. Yeah, and that just comes with experience in cage fighting as opposed to just, karate sparring on a mat.
Oh, here we go. End of the round. You know what Aaron's going to do.
He's going to go goofy is what he's going to do.
He hears that 10-second mark, Mike, and he goes crazy.
Man, he's like Pavlov's dog. So he hears that bell, and that's about it. Aaron Sawyer even knew this one's over. I'm spitting my mouthpiece out. I don't need this anymore.
Waller's ready to go another round. He's like, this ain't over.
Good fight, though. Waller came in and definitely represented himself very well. Let's hear what the judges had to say. Well, there it is right there. The destroyer, Aaron Sawyer. Oh, man.
The destroyer.
He is a strong dude, too, man. If you've ever rolled around with him, he's a strong guy, and he's feeling his oats right now.
He fought a very smart fight tonight, Mike. I'll give him that.
Tyler Ayers Law Firm is a proud sponsor of the UCE. Call them for legal help at 255-5555.
It looks like my man over there caught you real early in that first round.
Yeah, he did. He caught me with that straight right, and it really shook me, so I was a little timid after that, so a little gun shy, I'd say.
Where are you going from here? Anyone on your hit list?
Yeah, there's a few guys on my hit list. I want to fight the stand-up fighters right now. I'd really love to fight Ben Fumano if he come back out, and there's no hatred there. It's just I feel like he's one of the best stand-up fighters UCE's ever produced. So for me, I want to fight the best to be the best. So that's where we go. Obviously, if I can get Hank Weiss to stand up with me, I'm down for that 100% because we went to the ground 3 times, Hank. We ain't never stood up, so let's do the damn thing,
Man, I cannot believe Erik Waller's shins. He really put it out there tonight. Gave Aaron Sawyer all he could handle.
Hey, he really pushed Sawyer to the brink tonight, Mikey. He brought the best out of Sawyer. Sawyer surprised the hell out of me tonight. He used his hands, he used his feet quite well, and I'm impressed.
I was very impressed with him as well. I can't wait to see him get back and do some more mixed martial arts. When we come back, we're going to take a look at Jarome Hatch and Jarrett Kelton, and then later in the program, it's your championship match. Don't go anywhere. Welcome back to the Ultimate Combat Experience. I'm telling you what, Jarome Hatch is a new fighter. We've seen him in the last few weeks. I cannot believe the improvements he's made, but he's going up against a guy who is true. He's tested and has been around for a while in Jarrett Kelton.
Hey, Jarrett Kelton, Mike, first let me tell you something about Jarrett Kelton. What sets him aside from all the other guys that train fighters, bring fighters, is this guy saying, look, I'm willing to get in the cage myself. And he's going to do it tonight, and he's doing it against a very tough opponent in Jarome Hatch.
I think that's a great point, Salvador. You get a lot of trainers that want to talk about the good old days when they were tough. Jarrett Kelton says, hey, man, I was tough back then. I'm still tough, and I'm going to show Jarome Hatch what I've got. Man, light heavyweight, no holds barred. Check it out. All right, good stuff here. Jarrett Kelton and Jarome Hatch. We mentioned in the setup here that Jarrett Kelton's an old school guy, man. He's been around for quite some time. He's fought the best of the best of the best in the state of Utah. Hasn't necessarily beaten a bunch of them, but he's been in some really good fights with a lot of them.
Yes, he's very seasoned, Mike. Very seasoned.
6'2", 184 is Jarrett Kelton. Now, he's also used to be light heavyweight, dropping down now to middleweight. Calls himself the Irish Assassin, and I'm excited to see what he brings to the table. It's been a while since we've seen him. I know what Chavez is going to bring because we've seen him the last few weeks. He's just going to bring organized mayhem.
He's going to bring the pain, Mike.
5'11", 179. He's well below the middleweight limit. He also used to be a light heavyweight. So these guys dropping down the middle, and both of them look like they're in much better shape than the last time I saw them, and this might be a better weight class for them.
Yeah, I was going to say Jarrett Kelton, I mean, taking a look at the guy's frame, I'd say he's about 200, 205.
He's probably sitting about 200 right now. I weighed in last night, you know, so. But Chavez, he's well below the limit. That's what you don't expect out of Jarrett Kelton. He's got some pretty good kicks.
And you know Chavez, he's always looking to press the action. He's got a little smirk on his face right now.
Yeah, he does, man.
Oh, there.
You know, he's looking to finish this thing early. He's looking for swinging for the fences here.
Oh, yeah, I tell you what, he better clean it up, though, because Jarrett Kelton's a very seasoned veteran, as you said, Mikey, and it just takes one mistake for him to capitalize on, and it could be over. It could be early night for Chavez.
Well, you know, yeah, you keep throwing those looping punches. He throws something down the pipe and nail you. But the other thing about Kelton is he's seasoned enough that he knows you're going to throw that kind of stuff, and that's just going to wear you out eventually.
Oh, yeah. His head movement is a little bit more advanced than others. I mean,
well, you know, I didn't really like that attempted guillotine, you know, pull right there, but the old Jarome Hatch, that would have worked on, you know, and so maybe, you know, his scouting report doesn't realize that, you know, Jarome's not that same guy. He's not going to just drop his head and let you pull that cheap guillotine off on him.
Oh yeah, Jarome Hatch has definitely came a long way. I mean, when he first stepped into the cage, he was like, you know, your top-rate barroom brawler, and he's really starting to put it together. He's really starting to become a vale-tudo fighter, Mike.
Yeah, and he's just got a great attitude, man. I love this kid. There ain't nothing I don't really like about this kid. He really loves the sport. He loves being a part of it. And just, you know, fighting a guy like Jarrett Kelton is just what his dream. He dreams of.
Oh yeah, but most definitely this is going to make both of these guys better fighters at the end of the night.
I like Jarrett Kelton, man. He's got good ring generalship. He's man, ate some leather right there though, and smiled.
Oh, he's real smooth in there, Mike. He's real calm in there. He knows what he's doing. He's picking his punches and knees.
Well, his chin was tested right there. If there was ever a doubt, and that was Jarome Hatch made some implications there yesterday that his chin was not worthy of his punches. Well, he just ate them and gave some back.
Oh yeah, he's coming back, Mike. I tell you, that's got to be discouraging when you're hitting a guy like Kelton.
Oh, he did it again.
And he might have this one, Mikey.
Wow, I might have spoken too soon.
He might have this one.
I don't know.
Take a look at the eyes, ref.
Jarome Hatch is pretty tough, but I tell you what, if Jarrett's able to arch his back a little bit,
if he could get out of this, Sugarloaf, you might have to get in there.
Jarome's softening up the midsection there with some nice body shots. He looks like he's got a little bit of room in there. But at the same time, you know, I just said a minute ago that was not a good move. Well, apparently Jarrett Kelton's proven me wrong.
Yeah, he's got it nice and cinched in. Hatch is working his way out. Kelton's nice and relaxed. He's taking a little breather right now.
Kelton's guard is wide open, and all Hatch needs to do is pop his hips up and step over one of his feet, and he's out. But I don't think he realizes that.
A little attempted crossface there.
Yeah, I think this move is not going to work. Well, you see right there the right hand of Jarrett Kelton coming out from underneath. So right now it's just a head squeeze, and here's where Jarome Hatch is dangerous. I'm surprised he didn't just set up and bomb right there. Jarome likes to finish rounds strong.
What a knee and a right. Oh, man, that is a finish.
All right, buddy. You know what? This is a great fight. I couldn't tell you who won that round. I'm not going to give a whole lot of credit for the sub attempt just because I don't like subs from standing, sub attempts from standing, pulling in guard, especially if it doesn't work, So
yeah, a lot of the times they don't work.
And all the while Jarome Hatch is pounding away at the body, so that's a coin flip for me. I couldn't even begin to tell you who I think won that round.
Yeah, I most definitely wouldn't want to be a judge in this fight.
I'll tell you what, though, Jarrett Kelton has impressed, and if nobody else, he's impressed Jarome Hatch that, yeah, I can take what you've got. I can take your power and my chin. You haven't even fazed me, buddy.
And he smiled. He took a couple two pieces and smiled at the kid.
And then he came back. I see a lot of guys try to smile off a good shot. He smiled it off, and then he came back with some knees and big shots of his own.
Oh yeah, usually when you smile, it means you're in trouble, but not with Kelton.
No, he's putting it on it in your face, man.
And he looks a little bit more active in this round, Mike. Maybe the corner man might have lit a fire under his little bum there. And
Jarrett's working with a lot of really good guys. I know, the name of people he's working with is long. And these guys know what they're doing. And those he did make some good adjustments in the corner, I believe. Right there, he's keeping that jab more active. His head movement is more profound, and you just see a much more relaxed fighter than we saw in the first round.
Yeah, you got to have a good jab if you're going to keep a guy like Hatch off you, because Hatch will just come in at any cost.
God, Hatch throws those looping punches, man.
He's taking some knees, Mike. Let's not forget about these knees. Hatch has taken about 10 knees this fight.
Yeah, he has. I'll tell you what, man, this is a good fight.
Oh, my God, it's all Kelton right now, Mike.
This is
and Hatch with an uppercut.
MMA right now. These guys are both mixing it up. I love it.
Let me tell you something, UCE fans. Do not blink. Do not blink.
You're going to miss something good, I'll tell you what.
Uh-oh. Is that a little fatigue?
He's playing possum, I'm telling you. I've seen Jarrett Kelton do this before.
I don't know. It might be a little fatigue,
He might be tired, but I've seen him do this before, man. He'll make you think that he's kind of tired, and then he'll pop you up inside your chin.
There's a little evil smile again.
Yeah, it is kind of evil, isn't it? Well, he does look tired. Maybe he is legitimately tired.
Hatch might be a little winding down, too. Oh, Hatch just caught one of the temple and the knee.
Man.
But he fires back with some rights and uppercuts, Mike.
I don't even know what to say, man. This is a great fight. This is fun stuff.
Man, now they're both take a little breather here.
I'll give you a little love tap with my knee. How's that?
Oh, no.
Jarrett Kelton says, I'm going to sleep this off. Sugarloaf Mike Chrisman, our referee for this contest, he's telling Kelton, get up, man, get up.
Front push kick.
Kelton's got a really wide range of techniques that he uses. He's got a lot of tools in the shed.
Yeah, he's very versatile. Look at his knees, skip knees, skip knees. Oh, when he gets hit to the temple.
Got sloppy.
He looks a little wobble, Mikey. It could be over.
Maybe. Wow.
Oh, Hatch capitalizing on that.
I think Kelton just ran out of gas. Because he did land some big knees, and then he got caught with a shot. He got a little sloppy with his tight clinch, and then Jarome Hatch come over the top and cracked him one.
Hatch has a steel cranium.
There's the old Chavez's wife right there. What a beautiful little thing. Always nice to see her cage side when Jarome Hatch comes in and fights. Every now and then we coax her up into the ring to do contests.
Do a little contest here and there.
All right, the Irish Assassin came in and looked really, really good tonight, but not enough for Chavez, Jarome Hatch. He really took care of things.
Both these guys pushed each other to the limits tonight, Mike. None of them have anything to be ashamed about.
This post-fight interview brought to you by Batters Up. Join us each week for UCE weigh-in parties at Batters Up.
Tough little guy, and takes punches and keeps coming.
Hey, he's a one of a kind, no doubt about it. And the thing is, he used to just be that tough guy, and now he trains a little bit. And Jarrett, I really think you're one of those guys that's upper echelon. So he came in and beat a guy like you. It's kind of a feather in his cap for him.
I'm sure it is. Like I said, I congratulate him. Maybe we can do it again in a few months. I don't know.
All right, man, I got to tell you, it's great having you back in the show. It's good having you here. I hope you come back and do it again. You're a warrior, and you put on a great show when you fight. So I want to personally thank you so much for coming and being part of the Ultimate Combat.
Thank you, Mike.
All right. This post-fight interview brought to you by Impact Guns, bringing out the big guns in Salt Lake and Ogden.
And all smack talk aside, just like you said, there was a lot of pre-fight hype. But rest assured, ladies and gentlemen, these two warriors that stepped in here tonight have the utmost respect for each other, and they proved it tonight, and they banged it out.
Yeah, like I said before, he's a damn good dude. I'm glad he took it. Said I'm sure he thinks the same thing. There's a couple of things that he could have done better, but we don't take that. as anything else, we just kind of learn from it and go on, whether it's win or lose, to improve yourself. So.
All right, Jarome, you've been chalking up victory after victory. We're going to see you back soon, I hope. What are we looking at in your future?
As soon as you guys call me, I mean, like I said, I took this one on a couple days, so I'm always ready to bang. Plus, I like to see where, how much I progress from fight to fight. So, well, you'll see me soon.
You're going to see him soon, ladies and gentlemen. Jarome Hatch. Anyone you want to say thank you to? Shout-outs.
Yeah, I want to thank my sponsors, Jake's Brookside down in Springville. You guys are ever down that way, stop in. You're like family. Also Bleed Out, good fight apparel, and beautiful wife Nikki, my brother's family, and all you fight fans, man. This sport ain't possible without you. So thanks to everybody and all my corners and everybody. So thank you guys.
There it is, Jarome Hatch, ladies and gentlemen, the people's champ. Give it up for him. Thanks for coming out, brother.
Jarrett Kelton impressed the heck out of me tonight. He is not too old to be doing this stuff, but Jarome Hatch, again, man, he's come a long way.
Hey, it was back and forth, and Hatch came out on top. But let me tell you something, it wasn't an easy win for Hatch. The sky's the limit for this guy at this weight.
No, absolutely. But I got to tell you, we got a real treat in store for you when we come back. We've all seen the character that is Hank Weiss. Well, we're going to see Hank Weiss uncut behind the scenes. Don't go anywhere.
We've got an account here that we need help with. I haven't been able to figure out what's going on. Can you come up here and help us with it?
Dude, I'm swamped right now. Seriously, is there any way you can handle it? Or get someone else to? I'm knee deep in stuff here.
I guess I could try.
All right, get it done. Thanks. Bye. This guy's great. My job here is I'm the service manager. I train the technicians or oversee them being trained. Just everything to do with the service side. I was the very first technician ever hired here, so I've been able to just stay on top of the totem pole, climb with it. It's a great job. I love it. We got me plastered all over the office here. You can see the deal here, up on this detector over there. Actually, I had the big poster right here on the door, but Drew Ellisor came and bought it from me. Signed it and gave it to his friend for his birthday, so that's a big deal. Anyways, these motion detectors need to be covered up when we're testing them because that's just how they work. You got to have them like not seeing any motion, and then you can flip these up. They see motion, then we can accurately test them. So I'm using my flyers for them because I have like 100 of them. So I could put me up all over it, and actually it's pretty easy. First 5 years were hard, but like the last 5, no one even knows what I do. And I kind of hired someone to do everything that I do. So like I come here and show my face, I combat smack in the morning, then I have lunch, and then about 2 o'clock I YouTube Anderson Silva and all the other great fighters. Then I have another lunch. Then I come back and goof around on Facebook or wherever I can find to keep myself occupied. And then I go practice, and then I go home. That's my day. This is my wall here. I got some stuff my kids drew for me. This is my wife and I. Got 3 boys, 3 girls. It's literally the Brady Bunch, almost exactly. This is the man, the legend, Axl Rose, and my brother-in-law, who just met him randomly in a parking lot and talked him into going to his apartment with him and taking a picture. This is something I'm very proud of. This is my diploma from Brigham Young. I actually have a degree to teach school. This is my teacher's license, and thank goodness I'm not teaching the future of America. Whoa, that just wouldn't make sense. I have a few, real memorable fights. The, time I beat Casey Scola, of course, that's a big one to me. My first fight with Sean O'Connell is equally memorable to me. Out cold KO, and my only, actually, my first and only. So, it's a memorable fight to me, anyways. And then we rematched. I lost a rematch, and so he's kind of like my nemesis in a way to me, because I'm dying to get another whack at him. We're at the finals now. It's myself versus John Kafer. My first fight was with Aaron Sawyer.
Looks like he hasn't evolved anywhere and everyone else around him is evolving. So it's going to be fun to see where we're at.
It was a third time around. It went how I thought it would.
Oh, Hank lands a nice right hand. And a left.
Oh, Hank, he can punch too.
I beat him up for the third time.
Of a fight won by Hank Weiss, the first time I've ever witnessed him pound someone out.
Dude, Aaron's just kind of balling up in the fetal position and eating leather.
Oh, and we get a tap. Aaron wanted no more of that.
He's a tough dude. I don't want to play it down too much. He is a tough dude, but I got his number. I just do. Then I had Jarome Hatch after that. Never fought Jarome before. I knew he was a pretty tough dude, but not real skilled.
I like to see where I'm at in my stature of, you know, opponents. You guys keep lining me up with these good people, so I'm pretty excited about it.
I don't think he trains seriously, and I put him down with a guillotine in the first round.
You know what? Don't leave your head out like that.
Man,
That's it.
he's got it.
Actually, in that fight, I hate the guillotine choke. I don't like that because it's kind of like anyone can do that. It's kind of boring. But he gave it to me, and I had it on, and then I didn't want anyone to think I couldn't do a guillotine choke. So I sank it in and finished him off in the first. Now I got John Kafer. Never seen him before, but I heard he beat in his first fight he beat Mafu with the guillotine actually. But Mafu's no slouch, so I thought, dang, this dude might be good. He might be one of those guys that just gonna come out of the woodwork and kick some A. I've never done this before, but I went and watched his fight with Lima, and for the first time ever, I went and watched a fight really just because I wanted to see what this dude was all about, rather than I was just going for entertainment and watch fights. So I went and watched him. He looks pretty solid. I mean, I'm excited to fight him because I'll feel good about myself to beat him because I don't think he's a joke. I won the very first round of Ultimate Combat, and so it means something to me to be able to come back, you know, here, I don't know, we're like 7-8 years later and be the champion again. So I fell short a few times since the first round, and I'm pretty anxious to get back and take the crown again. The big kicker here is we get $1,000. That's what I'm really after. I very much want the title as well, like I said, but I need that cash. It's my daughter's birthday tomorrow, and I need some money right now. So what am I gonna do? I'm gonna do what any reasonable person would do. I'm gonna go get a loan from Chuck City. It's fast, easy, convenient. They're always there to help me meet my short-term financial needs. Chuck City, it's the place to be. My very first fight in the Ultimate Combat, and one like this. I was in the gym, I heard on the radio that they're having fights up there, and I said, guys, did you hear that? They're having fights up here. And I'd never been in a fight in my life. I still, to this day, have never been in a fight like on the street or whatever. I've just only sanctioned in the cage. I went up and I watched everyone fight, and I just saw one dude that I thought, well, man, that guy would be hard to handle. I do not want to fight him, but everyone else, I thought I could get by that. Hunted down Mike Stedham, then went over to his office, got signed up to fight, and that's who he gave me, was that dude, Jeremy Haskell. And I was so nervous, man. I was nervous the second he told me, okay, you're on. I mean, it was like a week ahead of time. And then I took that fight and I mopped the sucker up, man. My jiu-jitsu armbarred him in like, I don't know, 2 minutes. And I was just gonna do it that time. You know, I just wanted to feel what it was like and whatever. But it was a tournament, so I kept going. And then I fought Brandon Melendez in the first UCE, you know, round 1 finals. And I mean, we were both pretty green then, but I'd been actually training in jiu-jitsu, and I was able to lock him up in a rear choke in the first round. And then, man, this just became a part of my life. Maybe on the way I'll sing to you, because that's what I do in the car. Like the Rose can. This song gets me pumped because it was like my first fight intro. You know who you are? Yo, in the jungle, baby! Down in the jungle! Welcome to the jungle! Want to bring it to y'all. Knees?
So a lot of times people ask me, Hank, what were you saying to him? What were you saying to him? And I don't usually remember, but I think a lot of times that's what I'm saying. I'm saying, you know where you are. You're in the jungle. We got 5 minutes to get 2 hot and readies and get to the baseball game.
Hey!
I'm gonna have to double the ante on his hit since he's on camera now. I'm gonna go $1,000 for the building, $25 for outfield, and if he hits the fence, $200.
Oh, there's Mom over there.
Jinx!
Get back! Go, 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 go! Turn, turn! Turn, turn!
That was an error. One guy dropped it into the other guy's mitt, and that guy dropped it. He gets to feel good about himself. That's it. Yeah, good work. Unfortunately, there's no payment for a double dropped pop fly. Maybe next time.
So I started in '99, but pretty much 10 years now. At first was with Pedro Sawyer, and then Paul took over his school. Paul Tom took over that school, and basically Paul Tom has been my professor for like 9 years.
I train with Hank down at Paul Tom's Academy of Mixed Martial Arts. We've been practicing a lot of pain, you know, just general really hurting people and making them want to stop.
We got a few guys who practice every other day in boxing. I've been going in and training with them to do that, and yeah, I'm feeling a lot better on my feet. I'm feeling way more complete.
Joe Lacani, been training with us 3-4 years now, I think 3. I didn't know if he was going to be real coordinated and all that, but he's turned into a nightmare at our gym, and he's always there. He never misses, and now he's a guy, when I lock horns with him, it's serious, you know. If I'm not careful, then I'm gonna get submitted. In fact, I do. If we roll, I'll get submitted at least once every time.
96! Let's go again! Let's go, let's go! 97! Come on! 3 more, push him out! Push him out, Andre!
And I want to take time and thank my professor, Paul Tom. He's been my instructor for 10 years. Starting in '99, and I just want to publicly thank him for keeping his doors open and being so devoted to me and to all the students. And also, I just want to tell everyone, I got my purple belt yesterday. Ah! So thanks, Paul. I love you, and I love everyone I train with. I think I'm ready for the John Kafer fight.
Home, sweet home.
Honey, I'm home!
Yeah. Just like this every day. Daddy loves you. Daddy loves you. Okay, go away! This is UCE crib. Welcome to my crib. This is my lovely wife, Jenny. She didn't come running in when I came home and said, honey, I'm home. So we have to introduce you now.
The first 10 or so, everyone comes. All my friends, family, the work, it's like, well, Hank's fighting, but now it's like, oh, Hank's fighting again. So it's nice to have my wife here.
Daily feeding of actual rows. Come on. Dave, come here. Get it. Whoa!
tell you what, I want some of those s'mores.
Hey, you know what? Hank better put them s'mores down and take off them oven mitts because he's about to strap on these leather mitts, Mike.
I know you'd be happy to help him get rid of those s'mores. When we come back, it's going to be Hank, the Vice Weiss, and John Kafer for the title. Welcome back to the Ultimate Combat Experience. It all comes down to this, man. It's the championship, Salvador. The title, the first Lonnie Foster Utah State Championship title. Hank Weiss and John Kafer, man. What do you think? What are your predictions?
Beauty and the Beast. I'm telling you right now, Hank's a beast. Don't count this guy out.
Man, you know what? Let's just let their fists do the talking. It's the championship. Check it out. All comes down to this, Sal. It all comes down to this.
I got X's through every day to my calendar waiting for this fight, Mike.
You nailed it on the head when he said Beauty and the Beast. Those two pictures sit next to one another. Oh, Hank, you know, he is just Hank. He's got cauliflower ear. It looks like a catcher's mitt. And he's just Hank, man. 5'11", 205. Trains down at Bering Jiu Jitsu, and he is Lord Vice.
Lord Vice. V-Ice.
All right. And here is Beauty. John the Mercenary Kafer, man. The kid, he's training hard. And my only hesitation in this match is his inexperience, and we'll see how that pans out. 6'4", 205 is John Kafer, trained over at the Ultimate Combat Training Center. He looks ready to go, though.
I love the stare down. This is where the fight begins.
I never see Hank Weiss with his mouth shut during the stare down. Usually he's chirping his jaws, and right there he was just kind of hanging out.
Hey, he's going up against a giant tonight, Mike, and a physical phenomenon.
He's focused too. Look at old John Kafer. He's ready to rock and roll. All right, touch the gloves, and it's time. It's on. This is your championship match, folks. This right here is for the belt, and Hank Weiss coming out with a nice leg kick, but a pretty sloppy head kick to follow.
I don't think you're going to reach Kafer's head.
Right
no,
there,
the
man.
takedown.
Vintage Hank Weiss.
Already.
Right to the ankles. That
Already.
And I'll tell you what, Kafer's a good wrestler, and he got taken down rather easily.
He's no slouch on the ground, Mike. No slouch and very strong.
Oh, Hank's got his back, and it looks like he's got that choke in, and well, he lost the hooks. He's out to the side here, but
it's like he's working for like 3 different moves.
Well, he's got Kafer's head, and he's just trying to steer wrestle him right now.
See, from this angle, you really can't see the choke, Mike, but does he have a good choke on in there, doesn't he?
Oh, he's strangling. Well, apparently he does.
Whoa.
Wow.
Kafer's mad.
He made that move up right there.
My God. Oh, man.
Wow.
That's got to be frustrating.
You know, I know Kafer's upset with himself, but look at Hank Weiss, man.
He's doing his Axl Rose.
Oh,
you should have seen this guy was doing karaoke one night, Mike, and he was doing Axl Rose to a T.
This guy, I love it, man. This is the best character ever in our show. Look at John
man.
Kafer.
Oh, no.
I don't want to be in his
Kafer's ready
path.
to go across that cage and fight
I'll
him.
tell you what. Interesting. I tell you what, though. Hank Weiss is your champ, and you can't take that away from him. He beat some very, very tough competition to get here. Lima Pule, John Kafer. He went through a list of guys, and now he's the champ. That's all there is to it.
Yeah, and, Kafer went through the same list of guys, so this is a very good match.
This is a very tough weight class. I mean, these guys had to come out and earn it, and that's his new lovely bride here. She's proud of his old man there. The Lord Weiss, Hank Weiss, your winner.
And he's been waiting for this, Mike. Strap that
I'll
gold
be honest,
around his
I can't
waist.
wait to hear what Hank has to say after this fight because he's never short on words, and I can't wait for his interview.
I tell you what, nothing's going to surprise me.
Yeah, it's true. Tyler Ayers Law Firm is a proud sponsor of the UCE. Call them for legal help at 255-5555. John, talk to me. What happened, man?
Not a damn thing.
I don't know what happened either, man. That was the craziest schoolyard choke I've ever seen. But I got to tell you, John, that's the way it goes. Hank is just a cagey, old, sneaky son of a gun, man. Tell me what you're thinking right now.
Well, I knew the thing that he was going to beat me on, and the only way he could beat me is if he caught me on something, and I let him have it. I just left my neck out there. He started getting rear naked. I got out of that, and I just gave him another one.
What's going to happen with you?
Obviously train. Just, I don't know, get smart, work on my stand-up, work on everything.
All right, so let's mark a date on your calendar. Next year, you're going to come back and take this belt and do this thing. Are you willing to put in the time and do that and come back and win it?
I'd really like to get up before a year, but yeah, I'll try a year too.
All right. Hey, John Kafer, I'm a big fan of yours. You know that. Apparently, so are a lot of other people. Tonight, you were good, just not good enough. Thanks for being a part of the championship experience.
Yeah, thanks for coming.
Hank, you know what? It's been 8 long years, and we first met about 8 years ago, and you stepped into this cage, and man, it's been a great ride. And you're the champ, brother.
I love it. Like you said, hey, I came here and I'm still lucky to this day. 56 fight went that way, and I'm still lucky. Every time it's luck, but I won the first round of Ultimate Combat. I'm still around. Haven't won a round since, and I've been wanting it. And here it is. I'm real happy. Real happy.
To me, though, Hank, you are literally what personifies UCE. I mean, you're everyday's guy. You are not the most physically built guy. I mean, let's be honest. You're not John Kafer. You're not. You are every man's man, and you come out and do what you do. It's just incredible to me.
Yeah. That there was just, that was like number 56, 57 or whatever. And obviously I'm not the athlete that my opponent is, but it's just the experience, I wasn't worried, nervous, and I think there's, John had some of the anxieties that I don't have at this point, just because I'm, 53 fights ahead of him. If that wasn't the case, then this would be a different story.
Well, let's talk about your opponent for a minute, though. I mean, how impressive is it to you that this is his 4th fight? He's in the championship round. I mean, he came out and he's facing the legend. It's got to be, that's pretty impressive.
It's dang impressive. I came and watched his fight just before this, and I never do that. I've never scouted or tried to, watch an opponent that I'm, gonna have, but he made me nervous, and I know he's serious about this, and so, yeah, it is impressive.
A very, very physical presence. Hey, ladies, come on over here. We got some business to handle right here. Hank, this is an honor and a privilege to tell you, you are the champ, brother. You're the champ.
Ow! I love it! I want to thank my wife. First of all, she's hot.
She is hot, I got to tell you.
I think Ultimate Combat, I come up here a lot and I'm bad at thanking people, but I'm so glad for this organization. It's, it's something I never predicted in my life and just kind of came down my path, and it's been you know, what do I say, a blessing? I guess it's been awesome. It's been awesome for me. It's made my life different. So I want to thank Ultimate Combat. I want to thank Czech City. I want to thank, get down there, cash your checks, get a loan, go to, bring your bling. They're cashing in the gold now.
They cashing in gold at Czech City?
They sure are. Get down
awesome.
there and get it done.
Hank, I got to tell you, you've changed my life as well. I really appreciate you being a part of the show, and congratulations, my man.
Very good. Thank you. Also, I need to thank Death and Glory Tattoos on Center Street in Provo.
Where's your tattoo?
No, I can't do this thing.
We're going to thank him anyway, right?
Heck yeah.
It's for all the rest of you. All right, man, that was a great job. Hank, I got to tell you, I got nothing but love for you, brother.
Vice.
Congratulations.
That one was the Vice. We've never seen that one. That was the Weiss Vice right there. It ain't the schoolyard.
Finally, the Vice showed up.
That was the actual Weiss Vice right
there. Man. Man, I couldn't be happier for Hank Weiss. You know, the kid deserved it. He's the champ.
Houdini Hank. That's all I gotta say. He's a magic man.
He is a magic man. And John Kafer, man, back to the drawing board, buddy. But you know, you ran into a guy that just has a lot of experience. And I think John Kafer, you bring that physicality back next time, maybe be a little bit different.
Yeah, you know, Hank had it coming. He did his work, and he's really looking forward to this title shot. And he got it, and he's going home happy.
All right, next week we're gonna check out the featherweight. So we're gonna start the featherweight championship tournament. Those are the little teeny tiny guys, 145 pounders coming up in a couple months. So you middleweights, get ready, because we're gonna be doing more belt stuff. And Sal, good night of fights tonight.
Good night.
All right, we'll see you next week on the Ultimate Combat Experience.
I'm gonna cash that check right down there at Czech City. They're good for it.